Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Wyatt, and we're doing another live stream today. I just wanted to work on our simulator game just a little bit more, so I figured I'd do another stream. So we left off where you could click the teleport button, and you would be able to teleport to the what's it called? The cell pad right over here. So in this video, I think I'm gonna actually work on a pet system. So we'll be doing pets. And I know we should probably at some point work on buying different pizzas and upgrading pizzas, but I do plan on doing a video on how to make pets very, very soon. So I figured it'd be good if we added something like that to our simulator game right here. So what I'm gonna do, we need a pet handler under server script service, but I want to have a UI for the pets. So what I'm probably gonna do is create a new GUI in here, and I'm just gonna name it Pets UI, or I'm gonna name it Main UI, and then we'll have all of our frames in here. So we'll have like a Pets frame. We can have purchase frames for like different game passes and that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to throw a frame inside of here. We can just name this Pets frame. And let's just size that. Make it a decent size. Let's see. Yep, and if anybody has any suggestions for future video ideas or anything, please feel free to put them in the live chat, because I'd be happy to check them out and see what you have to suggest. So we have our frame. And I think we're going to go with a blue UI for almost all of this, but I'm going to make this like kind of like a transparent gray color. RoScripter, will you be doing an advanced scripting series? Prodigy, I might do an advanced series, but the idea is it's like I'm gonna finish the basic series, and then once it gets to a certain level, I'm gonna start doing it an advanced series, but it's like a continuation of the basic series. So it's honestly, it's just how to script kind of, and it's just videos one after another based on that. So it's going to pick up where we leave off in the beginning series. I suggest when you go on the sell coins, tween up like a lot of coins instead of one. Yeah, so I think we might sell pizza. I don't know how many. I think maybe we'll sell every pizza will be worth 2 coins. That's how much we'll sell it for. So I'm going to modify that. So what we can do is, so right here we have the pizza amount equals player leader stats pizza, and we are adding that to the coin. So if we multiply that by 2, we are adding. So for every 1 pizza, you sell it for 2 coins. So thanks for the suggestion, Viking. And we can actually test that out just to see if it'll work. Let's see. Right in. There we go. So if we get one, there we go. So every 1 pizza that we get, that sells for 2 coins, which I think that'll work pretty well. Maybe we can make different types of pizza sell for different amounts of coins also. So let's work on this pets frame. I am going to set the transparency to 0.5. We'll do the background color as well. Let's see. I want it to be like a darkish color, but not too dark. Maybe kind of like that right there. I think that's not too bad. But maybe the transparency should be just a little bit less so we can see it a little better. We do 0.6, 0.5, 432, 0.4. I think that's pretty good as a back. And then we can set the border as well. Yeah. And I don't know how big I actually want to make this. How like large I want to make this frame. Maybe like that big. I don't know. I want to modify the color a little bit. Doesn't look right to me just yet. Just takes a little bit of playing around with it. set the transparency. What if we do 0.5? 0.4, 0.5. You know, I think that actually looks okay. That's not bad. And then in here we'll have the separate frames for the pets themselves. Red with some dark red edge. We can actually do that for the inner frames. So what I can do is inside of this pet frame, the idea is we're going to have another frame, or actually we're going to have a scrolling frame, and we're going to name this pets. Let me size that up. Do 1,0. Set the background transparency to 1, and this is where the pets themselves are actually going to be stored. So we'll put them in this frame type thing. So we'll have like a little label up here that says pets, and then in here is actually where we'll have the pets themselves. Let's see. I want the border transparency to be, so yeah, that should be white, and then the border transparency should be 1. Or border size should be 0, I guess. That's how we can say it. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. So then inside this, you should have like the frames themselves. So like the idea is we want to have, if we size this to scale again, we want to have like one frame with the pet, like so you can actually see the pet, and then it'll say purchase, and it'll have all that stuff. And we will set that up with a UI grid layout. Yeah. So the cell size, we do want that to be in percentage still. Let's just see as that gets us. Alright, so I want to be a little wider on the x-axis. 0.2. We could probably do 0.25. Oh, thanks for joining. I am working on the pet system. We're doing pets right now for Pizza Simulator. I think this is, I don't know. I don't know if this is too small. I don't know. It might be. So if we do in the X, we do 0.05. Let's see. So the idea is that we have all of our pets kind of laid out like this, right? That's how I want to do it. We scooch that over just so it kind of looks a little normal. I think that's a decent size. And then you have like the pet image up here and the purchase button down there. Maybe a little bit longer. 2.3? 2.4? 2.35? Alright, let's see. So from there, if we, so we have, this will be like our back frame. So yeah, this isn't scripting right now, we're just doing a little bit of UI design type thing. And I do want that transparency to be just a little bit transparent. I'm not exactly sure how much, but I want it to be like to an extent. I'll change that border. A little bit more transparent. What if you do 0.5? Yeah, I think that works out pretty well. That's not too bad. I'm just gonna change the color a little darker. No, I like it like that. The light color. That works well. So say sample pet or sample frame. So this will be like for one of the pets, like an example of it. And then I actually have a text button and something else. We can duplicate that type thing. Whoops. I think it's in the overlay UI. Yeah, my cell button. Throw that in there. Put it on the sample frame. And if we just scale it down, just like that. So this will say purchase or equip, this button right here. So if you already own it, it'll change it to equip. Do we want to go a little bit further? Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's okay. It actually, like, sometimes I wind up getting distracted by looking at the live chat. So it's even helpful a little bit. I don't know, maybe we want to make this, I don't know, do we want to make this blue? I'm starting to think I want to make this blue. I want to change the color. Yeah, I kind of do. I'm not sure how we're gonna do it yet. I think we'll figure that out as they come along type thing. So maybe you can like purchase an egg type thing. I don't know. Or maybe we can have it so you can purchase the pet or you can do it with an egg. You have two options, right? Because you always could do that. Let's see, can we get like a light blue type thing in there? Blue's good? Yeah, I kind of like blue too. I think that looks pretty good. Hey Antimus, how are you? Yeah, I like that a lot more. Because we can just kind of fit the theme of our whole game. I mean, it's going to be a lot of blue, but that's okay. That'll be all okay. The purchase button, I think I'm going to make that a dark blue. Light blue, dark blue. I think we'll do light blue for now. What if we change this to dark blue? What's that wind up looking like? Take a look, we can see. Ooh, I like that a lot more. Yeah, I think that looks perfect. Is there going to be an egg hatching system? Yeah, I think the idea is maybe we can purchase it and then the egg will hatch, just like you were saying. I think that's a really good idea. You're going to ditch the GUI you were working for? Alright. Let's create a text label up top. And we can just... Actually, I already have a text label somewhere, don't I? Yeah. And we can just name this... Name it pets, right? I don't think there'd be an apostrophe in that. I hope not. Someone might beat me up if there is and I mess up. We already have that font, right? Font's right. RoScripter, can I look at some of the pets you've made? I don't actually have any pets made right now. I'm just gonna make it like, for now they're just gonna be like sample pets, but we will change them later on because this is more scripting than building. But yeah, we will wind up changing them. And if you would like to make pets too, and you want to send them to me, yeah, that'd be perfect. That'd be really nice of you. So, I mean, this cell thing right here, I didn't make this. This was made by Rookie, another fan. So, yeah, this is kind of our game. We're all just trying to add stuff to it. So, yeah, if you'd like to send me something, feel free. Okay, so we have our purchase button in here, and then what I also want, I want to put a viewport frame in here. And this is just going to give us like a spot to display what the pet looks like so that people will know, or the player would know, I guess you could say. Fan-made game scripted by Wyatt. Pretty much. Yeah, and I mean, so this is like the main version of the game, but if you want to use the uncopylocked version, you can do that and you can make it your own game type thing, if you know what I mean. Why is that? Let's see. Can we make it a square? See, my screen resolution's a little different because it's just the way I scale it, but I want it to actually look half decent. Like, so on a let's say if we want it, yeah, if we go on a 1920 by 1080, how does that look? It seems a little bit long. I don't know. Let's make it, we can make it smaller. Basically, I'm gonna make it for a 1920 by 1080 screen. Are you going, oh yeah, I'm gonna explain viewport frames in just a second. Are you going for like pets that don't exist in real life? Anything, you know, any fantasy pets, real pets, anything, you know. Just anything that looks kind of cool. Alright. So we changed that, and I'm gonna hop out of this UI again. Ugh, but then it doesn't look good for me. That's okay. That's all okay. Scale it down, and let's just make sure that looks square-ish. That'll work. Alright, so viewport frames. Basically, the way a viewport frame works is whatever you put under it, it'll show up here as long as the camera is like showing it type thing. What type of platforms will you put it on? You should be able to use it on tablet and computer, like all platforms except for console. But you put an object under the viewport frame, and as long as the camera object that you specified in the viewport frame is showing that object, you'll be able to see it. So I'll show you an example. I'm just gonna make this invisible, and our pets are gonna all be located over here. That's the idea. So I want all of our pets to be square-ish type thing, and we'll size them to 4, 4, 4, 4. Or we can actually size them down a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna show you how to do viewport frames. You probably had to change the object, that's why. So if we have this, so the idea is, so this is where our camera is, this is what it would look like, so whatever the pet is, that's the camera position. So if I literally just copy this camera, I'm just going to clone this, and I'm just going to name it viewport, pet viewport camera. And then what we can do with that is basically say in this pets frame, in this viewport frame, we can say, yep, the pets are going to follow you around. That's the idea. If we set the camera object to the pet viewport camera, and now anything that we put under this that's inside of that camera type thing, you'll be able to see it. So let me show you an example. So if we just copy this part, and then we throw it under the viewport frame, see, it comes up. So see, I'm moving my camera type thing, and now we're able to see it in the frame. So the idea is I want to set this up, and then we're going to lock that camera in place. So I think right there it looks okay, but I want to kind of get a better representation of the pet. Viking says, wow. Yeah, viewport frames are very cool. I actually didn't learn about them until a few months ago, but they're very, very, very useful. I think that looks kind of centered-ish, kind of. Ish, kind of, ish. Yeah. I think that works. For now, that'll work. So as long as the pet fits inside that box type thing, it'll show up. I don't know. Does that work? I just want it to be straight type thing. Actually, what we can do is set it like that, and then we can get a perfect. So like we can see, are we missing? So it's not 100% straight on the edges. So if we move over, I'm like trying to tap my keys to get it right. And then if we select this, but then we go back, so that's the left. I feel like let's just select like in between. I guess we can do it like right at the pet type thing. So if we go down a little. Me trying to mess around with viewport frames, probably not the most exciting. Or we could do it like this. You weren't able to script today? Oh, that's not fun. Well, you can always take a day to learn things, right? You can take a day to watch videos from me or from other YouTubers, right? Watch videos, learn about it a little. Never hurts to do that. I actually like that. We can do a sideways one. Okay, so we delete that. So if we just set this, I just want to make sure. If I set the camera and the viewport frame, if I set that to new cam, I just want to make sure it doesn't move. Perfect. So it's stationary. So this is my studio camera. I can put that back. And that works. So like, as you'll see, so we have a part, this isn't the part that shows up there. The part that's over here, if we change the color of this, it'll show up in the viewport frame, and that's just the magic of viewport frames. Right, so whatever we put under it, which is very cool. You made a pet. Where can you send me the link? DM me on Discord. You can get the Discord server in the description, and I can check out what you sent me if you'd like me to. I'm way too good to be scripting at 14. Okay, so the idea is, you see that? So we have the pet model underneath of it. So let me just set this visible to false. And we'll change the pets, right? Because Antimus is going to send me some nice pets. But for now, we're just going to make this like a testing one type thing. So what we want to do, let's see if we can get like a face decal type thing under images. Just kind of something, I don't know. Test pet, test pet. What should we name him? Come on, guys. I need a name for our test pet. We need a good name for this. What is it gonna be? So he's green and he has a face like that. He looks like a Minecraft slime. We could call him Slime. I mean, he's just a test. He's not anything big right now. Blobby. Blobby, I like that. We'll name him Blobby. Thank you, Nebula. I appreciate that. Good name. He's going to be called Blobby. Alright. Blobby. So the way I want to set this pet system up is the way I set up a lot of my other stuff. And you might want to pay attention for this because it's actually really cool. What we can do is generate our pets. Basically, we just have a folder in Workspace with all of our pets, with like 50 pets, and it just generates the UI on the fly. So we don't have to make 100 pets in the UI. We don't have to clone that frame 100 times. It'll just create them as we actually add more pets. So I'll just show you how we're going to do that. So I'm going to create a new folder under Workspace. We will name it Pets. And then what I'm going to say is, so this is our frame, this is our frame right here. And what we'll do, so this is our sample pet, right? Our pet model. What we can do is say, we'll make a pet script. Let's make the pet script under the main UI. Pet script. So what we want to do, we'll get the local player, of course, equals game.players, local player, and then I want to get a reference to our pets frame. So local pets frame container, or maybe pets container equals script.parent.petsframe.pets, and then from there we will say local sample pet equals pets container dot sample frame. And then what we can do is, because we have it set up with that UI grid layout, whenever we clone this, or not that, whenever we clone this, it'll automatically lay it out for us. So we have like a bunch of pets in a row, which is really cool. So all we have to do is clone it and change a few things for all of our pets. I'm going to say local pets folder equals game.workspace.pets. And then we're going to say, so we want to loop through all the pets in the folder, and we want to create a corresponding UI element for them. So what we're going to say, yeah, UI grid layout, Viking, it's so cool, it's so useful. You basically just put the layout underneath your frame and it'll create it right there. And I have to set this I have to set the border on this because it does not look too good right now. Alright, there we go. So what we will say is pets folder, so basically local, I guess local pets equals pets folder colon get children. So we're getting all the children of the pets folder, we're getting everybody under there, all the pets, and then we'll say for each pet we will actually clone, so we'll say sample pet colon clone. We do just want to get the name, so local pet name, or pet equals pets I, local pet name equals pet.name, and then we'll clone it, and then we'll just say, so local pet clone equals, and then we'll say pet clone dot parent equals pets container. Alright, thanks for sending that to me. Pets clone dot parent equals pets container, and then what we'll do is we'll say pet clone dot name equals pet name, because we'll name it, and I don't think we're going to have a name. We're not going to specify a name. It's just going to be what they look like, and we'll have a price. What does pets I do, Viking asks? Pets I, so I equals 1, but as we loop through the pets, I increases by 1 each time. So let me just explain this because it is pretty important. So if we look at the pets, right, so this is our pets folder. If we were to say pets colon get children, it would return, if I rename this, it would return these two objects. It would return blobby1 and blobby2 in an array, and then with those we can loop through that array. So if we were to say for each of the ones in the array, for I equals 1 comma number of pets do, pets I is equal to whatever the pet that we're actually on right now. So maybe if we're on blobby1, it'll give us blobby1. If we're on blobby2, it'll give us blobby2. What script am I making? Marquito asks. I am making Pizza Simulator, Pizza Eating Simulator. It's going to be the game name. And right now I am working on a pet script. So we're trying to make pets. So what we're going to do, why not use for IV? Good question. I've never used IV. Why? I have no clue, but I should, but I don't. And I should start doing that, and I'm going to start to get in the habit of doing that. But let's get back to this. So we set the parent to the pets container, the pet name, and then from there, what we will do is actually display the pet. We want a display of what the pet is. So let me delete the sample pet in there. I'm gonna say local pet viewport frame equals pet clone dot viewport frame. Let me name this to purchase button. And then what we'll do with that is we'll just say local physical pet clone equals pets I colon clone, and this is going to make a duplicate of what we had of that pet in the workspace so that we can put it underneath the viewport frame. It looks so easy, just takes a lot of practice, you know. If you'd like to, I'm actually going to publish it right now so you can follow along with exactly what I'm doing. If you go to the link in the description, it's uncopylocked, so you can use it if you'd like. So physical pet clone equals pets I colon clone, and then we'll just say physical clone dot parent equals pet clone. And let's check that out. So what should happen is actually we need to destroy the sample frame afterwards because we don't want that. We only want our one pet. So afterwards we'll say sample pet colon destroy. We want to get rid of that guy. And if we head in, we can see me just set this to visible because we don't have a way to open it right now, but we will work on that. Let's see. Please work. Well, something happened. But what happened? That's the question. Let's see. So player GUI, we can actually look at what wound up happening here. So we look at the pets frame. Okay, so it did clone Blobby. Oh, we just didn't set him to the right parent, so we just have to set him to the viewport frame. Pet viewport frame. And then we should get a representation of him. A visual representation of Blobby. Yay, there he is. It's a little wonky, but that's okay. We can actually move him up if we want. I mean, I know we probably should move the camera, but it's easier to just move him up than do it like that. Alright, have fun with your friends. I'll see you later. Let me move this guy up. And then it'll look a little bit nicer. Oh wait, did we anchor him? Oh, we didn't anchor him. That's why. That makes a little bit of sense. Oh, dang it. I keep forgetting. I gotta set this frame to visible. Let's see. Oh, he's a little too high up right now. Move him down a little. See how that winds up looking out. A little too high still. Come on, Blobby, move down. There we go. I think that looks almost perfect. That's exactly where we want him. Awesome. And we will find a way to make that transparent so we don't see him, or we'll put it in another folder or something like that. But you'll see, because we did that thing, remember I was talking about how we can generate it dynamic generation with the folder? Watch this, ready? I'm gonna duplicate Blobby. I'm gonna name him Bob, because you know that's my go-to name when I make scripting videos. I'm gonna change him to pink. Watch this, ready? This is so cool. I don't know. Every single time I do this, I get so impressed. Like, I think it's awesome. So, if we go back in, or dang it, so close. All right, let me make this visible again. I need to make the pet's frame visible. But so we just duplicated him. We created another pet, and just like that, bam, he comes up in the frame. So we don't even have to create another in the frame. It just generates him. So it's so much easier to write code when you don't have to duplicate the frame 100 times and change 100 variables. The fact that we can just add a new pet to the workspace and it just works, that's what's so cool about this model of doing it. So I'm going to get rid of Bob right now, and but we're going to leave Blobby because he is the OG pet, right? Got to leave him. And now what we need is actually for a way for the player to purchase the pet. So what we're going to say is you're going to go learn UI grid layout. A good idea. Yeah, check it out. Very useful. What we'll say is whenever, so we want to get when the player clicks the purchase button, and if it's named purchase button, then we want to purchase it, but if it's named equip button, then we want to equip it. Antimus, I will use your pet in a little bit. I'll import it very, very soon. I just want to get this working first. So let's see. So we want to get the purchase button. So the way we can do that is just by saying, so we have the pet viewport frame, so we'll do another variable. Local pet button equals pet clone dot purchase. You might have a pet to send over. Awesome. Feel free to DM me a link to it, or in model or on copy.game. Be happy to insert it. So pet clone dot purchase button, and then from there we're gonna say pet button dot mouse button one click. Connect that on over to a function, and then we want to say, so if pet button dot name is equal to purchase button. Hey, how are you? So if it's named purchase button, then we'll print purchase pet, else if pet button dot name is equal to equip button, then we'll say print equip pet. And I forgot, I'm in JavaScript mode right now. In Lua, you do not do that at all. You just do it like that. My mistake. So let's see. So if we go in, we can just test out how we're going to do this. Do I build for any particular groups? I don't do much building. I do more scripting though. Viking, yeah, you can do else if, but in JavaScript it's 2 words, else if, and in Lua it's only 1 word. So let's look. Let's pull up our pet frame. It is right over here. Just make that visible. Yeah, I have my own group that I script for actually. I used to script for some other groups, but I wanted to start this channel to help as many people as I could, so I left those groups to start on this. So let's see. So we have the pets frame. The idea is, so right now it says purchase, so it's going to do purchase. But if we rename the purchase button to equip button, and then we'll have it say the text equip, then it's equipping instead. That's exactly what we want. Hey, how are you? Have my tapioca folks coming on over here. Hey, Savina. I'm assuming you're Savina the Rice Rat. Alright, awesome. So this is looking pretty good. Now we'll actually, so we should add a price variable to the pets because we do want the pets to cost something. We don't want them to be free. So the only thing I'm going to do for that is I'm just going to create a new int value underneath the pet. I'm just going to name it price, and then we'll get into that dynamic generation I was talking about earlier. Let's see. So if we make the pets frame visible, gotta see, where do we want to actually put the price? I'm thinking we can put the price tag somewhere up here in the top right corner. So to do that, we'll just do a text label. And I'll throw that text label right in there. And then we will name it price label. And I think I'm gonna make it this color. Oh no, I don't want that. And then so it'll basically be like 50 coins, or it'll be like a certain amount of coins. Or did it look better like that? I think it looked better like that. But the idea is we just want to have it up here in the top corner. Very unnoticeable. Or it should be noticeable, but not like too obnoxious, if that makes sense. Scooch that over. Yeah, I don't think that looks too bad. Scooch that down. I think that actually works out pretty well. You have some cool plugins? Alright, feel free to send them to me. Be happy to check them out. And we'll just say, cool, because the variable put n there for now. And then what we'll do is when we set this up, when we actually set up this frame, we will get the pet price as well. So local pet price equals pet.price.value. And then we'll say in here, since this is the price label, or sorry, we want to get local price label. We want to get a value for that too. Equals pet clone price label. And then in here, I'm just going to say price label dot text equals $, and then concatenate that with price. Hey Moon, how are you? Let's see how that winds up looking. So it should, so right now the price for that slime thing is 0, blobby. Perfect. I think I might want to move that over a little. It looks good in Studio, but it does not look good when we actually have our pet there. And that's not good because we want it to look good. We always want it to look good. Well, I don't want it going off this thing. We don't want that. Alright, let's see how that looks. And we might have to move it to the other corner too. That's always an option. I think I'm gonna move it to the left corner. Because I think it's easier to line up there. Alright, let's see how that comes out. That doesn't look too bad. Not bad at all. And if we just move it up. Yeah, I think that'll work out pretty well. Or it should work out pretty well. Why don't I add the price in the purchase bar? I don't want it to scale weird. I don't want like it to, the purchase, like where it says purchase, I don't want it to scale weird. Hey, how are you? Kivo? I think that's how I pronounce your name. Perfect. And then, so the price is 0, but if we set the price of Blobby, we'll make him cost a little bit more, because he's valuable. If we set him to 1,000, let's see how that winds up coming out. You made an epic game, can I test it? Sure, send me a DM on Discord, I'd be happy to take a look. It's a little small, isn't it? You know what, we might have to make that in the purchase label. Yeah. Or I can actually, oh, I forgot. What I can do is I can make it size over the whole thing and then say I can change the alignment. Actually, I usually don't do that, but it is an option for something that we can do. So now if we go in, let's check that out. Oh, just a little bit higher. But that's like, yeah, I think this is what we want to do. And I've just published the game for anybody who wants to hop in and follow along. You can use the uncopylocked version and check it out. We can actually change the text Y alignment to the top. I don't think that's gonna hurt anything. Hey, Harry's here. How are you, Harry? Haven't talked to you in a few days. Alright, so it's a little bit hard to see the price, but for now I think I'm just going to leave it like that. Just because it's... I don't want to mess with the purchase button or anything like that. I'm just going to move it over just a tiny bit. Let's see. There we go. Okay, that works. I'm going to leave it at that for now. Alright. And now if we head in the pet script, so our price is being displayed. Now we actually need to make it so you can purchase the pet. So we want to purchase the pet. So the first thing we want to do is make sure they have enough coins. So if, or actually let's get a reference in our, we can get in the leader stats. So we could say local coin value equals player.leaderstats.coins. Does anybody know if I was to do, answer, just say it in the chat if you do. If I was to say local, like if I was to say local coins value equals player.leaderstats.coins.value, if I was to say coins value equals 10, would that change it? Would that like change it in the leader stats? Like, I always hesitate from doing that, but I feel like you can't for some reason. I don't know. Does anybody know if you can? Maybe you can. I gotta try it out. No, you can't do it that way? Alright, actually, let's just try it. Let's just try it. We'll see what happens. Don't do it. I'm gonna try it. Watch this, ready? Coin value equals 1,000. And if it sets it to 1,000 when we join, then I win. Dang it! I don't think it worked. Yeah, you're right. So close. You were right, my bad. Alright. Player.leaderstats.coins. And it's still a value. So coins value. And then we'll just say, so we just need to check their coins. So let's actually, I want to hook this up to a function. Local function, purchase pet. You don't speak Lua? That's okay. You'll learn. Watch some of the videos on this channel. You'll learn a little bit. So local function, purchase pet, and then all I want to pass in is the pet name. And then we're just going to say, so if coin value dot value, Lua is the language I'm using right now that I'm coding in. If coin value dot value is greater than or equal to the, and actually I guess we want the pet price too. Pet price, then we want to purchase. Let's say player can purchase pet. I'm just gonna say purchase pet, and then we want to pass in the pet name and then the pet price. And I'll publish this again for anybody looking to follow along, of course. Let's see. Purchase. Oh, it's because I don't have 1,000 coins. We have to do that. Let's fire that remote event. Game that replicated storage. Shoo. Oh, forgot. It's replicated storage, not store. There we go. Okay. And then if they can't, then what we're going to do is, if they can't purchase, we want to say, you can't purchase it type thing. So I guess what we would do is, so if it's greater than, then that's great. Otherwise, we want to say, how do we want to do this? I guess we want to say pet container, and then get the pet name, so that variable dot purchase button dot text is equal to you can't afford this, and then we'll set that again to, oh wait a second, and then change it to purchase. See how that comes out. I could make a text label visible. I don't know. You can't afford this. Yay, we're too poor. That's fun. Alright, cool. And if we can, so now we need to have something that actually purchases the pet. So let's use we'll make a purchase pet event, and we should probably have a pet handler on the server as well. This will be our pet handler. Let's create a remote event. Purchase pet event. Why don't you use something like you can't buy a pet price? Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We'll work on that. 1 second, let me just get some water. I'll be right back. Alright, there we go. I am all... my wire's stuck. Okay. There we go. All nice and hydrated. Good to go. Make them rounded. Maybe. Maybe I'll make it the UI rounded. So purchase pet event. We will say... local replicated... replicated storage equals... Oh my gosh, yeah, my wire got stuck. Replicated storage equals game:get service, replicated storage. Oh, you finished the home store. Awesome. You gotta send me a link. I want to check it out. So replicated storage, and then we'll say local purchase pet event equals replicated storage dot purchase We're at 158. Man, that's awesome. We were at 157 last time I checked. I should have more. Haha, thank you. Purchase pet event. Let me say purchase pet event dot on server event. Connect that to a function, and we're gonna get the player, and I want to get the pet name. And that's all we want to have them pass in. And then what we'll say is so local coins value equals local current coins equals player dot leader stats. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. The more subscribers we have, the bigger we grow, and the larger reach we can have, the more people we can help learn to script. So that's awesome. Thank you. Current coins equals player dot leader stats dot current or dot coins dot value, and then we just need to check. So we need to get the price. So like go pet price equals game dot workspace dot pets pet name dot price, and I actually should have reference to some of these things. So local pets folder equals game dot workspace dot pets, and then we'll say local pet price equals pet folder, just to make it nicer, right? And we'll say so if current coins is greater than or equal to pet price, I'm going to check it on the server again, just in case we have exploiters trying to fool us and be all sneaky like that. We will change it, so we want to make sure that we check it on the server as well. And then we will, if they can, then we'll say print pet purchase from server, just to make sure we actually can do this. Let's see. Purchase, I can't afford it. Well, that's a shame. Let's see now. We give ourselves a bunch of coins. Player can purchase pet. Okay, and now, I forgot, we have to actually fire the remote event. And then we'll just say game.replicated storage.pet purchase event, fire server. And if you would like to follow along, I'm going to publish the game once again right now. The link is in the description with the uncopylocked version, so you can follow along exactly with what I'm doing. So now we fire that event, and we should be able to intercept it now. Let's see. Oh, keep forgetting, can't afford it. Bad argument, string expected. Oh, because we have to pass in the pet name. My mistake. Pass that in. The game is uncopylocked. It is in the description of this video. You can check it out, and you can edit it, use the assets however you'd like. Completely up to you. Give ourselves more coins. Attempt to compare a user data and a number. Player.leader stats. What is current coins? Pet name. Are we passing in the pet name? Yeah, we are. Alright, yeah, that sounds good, Harry. I mean, I'm just scripting, so I don't explain everything, but I try my best. You found the pet. What pet did you find? It's 24. So what's the user data? Is it saying the pet price? What's pet price then? That's right. I'm scripting. You can watch if you want, learn something, hopefully. You found Blobby? Attempt. Oh, price. Oh, it's because we have to say value. Price.value. I always used to make that mistake, but ever since I'm starting to stream, like, I get distracted and then I make that same mistake again. You always need to say value if it's an int value. There we go. Purchase pet from server. Awesome. Now what I'm gonna do is we should have a pet data store. So we will say, do it up here, local data store service equals, so cool, so many lines. Data store service equals game : get service. What's up, Erica? Data store service. And then we say local pet store. Yes, Erica. There's a delay, so if I don't respond right away, that's why. Equals pet store, or data store service : get data store. Pet store. And then we'll store the user ID and we'll store a table with all the pets they own. That's what we'll do. So we will say local current pets equals, I'm in Eastern Standard Time. Current pets, where are we? Current pets, oh my gosh, I have to stop looking at the chat. I keep getting so distracted. Yes, I'm using data store. Yeah, I'm gonna store a table of all the pets in there, of all the pets that the player owns. Okay. Local current pets equals pet store : get async player dot user ID, because we'll store it with the user ID just in case they change their name. And then we will say, so if current pets is equal to nil, then current pets is equal to this, and then pet store set async player. I deserve thousands. Thanks, Harry. Appreciate it. We'll set player.userid, and we will set that to current pets. So then we are good no matter what, for the most part. And then we'll just basically say current pets dot, I think it's dot insert in Lua. Let me Google that. Even the best scripters have to do a little bit of internet research. Roblox Lua insert to table. Or actually, sorry, it's not a table, it's an array. I think they're actually the same thing on Roblox. It is it insert? It is table.insert. Yes, it is. Awesome. Fantastic. So we'll just say current pets.insert, and then we will insert when we're inserting, oh, that's why. We have to say table.insert, and then we pass in the array, and then we pass in the value that we'd like to insert. So I'd like to insert the pet name, but the first thing we need to do is check to see if the pet name is already there. So what we can do is say if current pets, but it shouldn't be there already, because it would come up as equip, right? Yeah, it'll be okay. We'll do it like that. Lua to English? Yeah, I mean, so the way I try to explain it like it's English, I try my best anyway. Make it so when you ever eat the pizza, it makes a yummy sound. Alright, I will work on that, for sure. Find a good sound ID and DM me yummy sound on Discord, and I'll insert that. So table.insert current pet's pet name, and then we need to save that off again to the data store. So say pet store : set async player.userid current pets. And then so that should save it, and then what we need to do is actually load the pets when the player comes in again. So we're gonna say, I guess we can actually do it up here. Do players. I gotta just game.players. Game.players.player added. Connect that to a function. Grab the player, and then we're gonna say, so if wow, okay, I don't want to get distracted. Let's say local current pets equals pet store, get async player.user ID, and then we will say, or actually I'm just going to do the same thing that we're doing right here. We can copy that code. Now let me tab that back. Shift tab trick if you ever want to put something back. You're going to make a game in this and make it a disaster. Alright. You're going to send the game. Sounds awesome. So we set async, and then what we're going to say is, so for each of the pets, for I equals 1, comma, number of current pets, we will make an owned pet event, and we're going to fire the client with this, so that we can intercept that and, like, say equip if they already own the pet. Or we'll change it to owns pet. So we're just going to say, you can go live while you're making this for Tapioca. Of course. Whenever I do stuff for Tapioca, I'm going to go live. Pretty much whenever I'm scripting from now on, I'm going to go live, just because it's an easy way to show you guys what I'm doing. So, might as well. So, say replicated storage dot owns pet, and we will fire the client, we will fire the player, and we will fire it with the pet name. Or current pet, or local pet name equals current pets I equals pet name. Let me republish this for anybody looking to follow along. So owns pet colon fire client. Look at that, Tapioca people getting all defensive. Hey, what's up? You're like the first comment on all my videos, aren't you? Ralph Fanning, Wisconsin. You like comment. You're like the first guy who comments on almost all my videos. Yep. Alright, let's see. So we fire that, so now we actually need to intercept that from the client. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I guess we could do it like this. So this is the local pet script. So what we're going to do is say game.replicatedStorage.ownsPet.onClientEvent. We will connect that to a function, and we're going to get the pet name. And then all we're going to say, very easy, we're just going to change it from purchase to equip. So we'll just say, what's it called? Pets container, pet name, dot name is equal to, or we can actually say local pet frame equals pets container. We'll wait for a child, pet name, and then we'll say pet frame dot name equals pet name. No, we want to say equals, what did I have it equal to? Equip button. Or we say pet frame dot, we have to get the button, that's what we need to do. So we need to say purchase button. Like that. Local purchase button equals pets container for child. Right? Yeah. Where did I mess up? Why is this looking all weird? Oh, because I have two equals. My bad. That should equal equip button, and then purchase button dot text equals equip. And I think that'll work, right? I hope it'll work. Let's see. So you purchase it, we'll set async, awesome. And then we will loop through when the player comes in. Wait, no. Yeah, we loop through... Where are we looping through? Oh, here it is. We loop through the array when player comes in. Pet's name equals current pet's eye. Yeah, let's try it. I mean, I'm sure we're going to get some kind of error, but you never know until you try, right? You remember watching me live when I was doing LDD stuff? Yeah, that was actually kind of fun. Oh, we do have an error. Whoops. Let's change that. Let's try that again. 16 people watching. Jeez, guys, that's awesome. Thank you. Alright, so we come in, no errors, awesome. We purchase the pet. Good pet purchased. So when we go out and we go back in, it should say equip. But it doesn't, which isn't fun. Wait. Oh wait, no, so it got pets. Oh, that's why. Okay, we were actually really close to having no errors. What we have to do is, instead of waiting for the child from the pets container, we want to say pet frame, that wait for child. That's where I got that wrong. Why is everybody saying me? Biggest fan. Me. Alright, I'll see you later, Harry. Let's see. 1 second, guys. I'm just going to have a little bit more water. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just had to get a little bit of water, hydrate myself. So it worked. Look, so now we can equip the pet whenever it comes up. Like if we own it, we can press equip, which is awesome. Now we also want to do that when we purchase the pet. So whenever we actually purchase, we want to fire that same event. So what we can say is if we copy this over here. Yep, just DM me the Roblox file if you'd like to. I didn't forget I was on live. Let's see. So what we want to do is when they purchase the pet, it comes to here. And then the purchase pet... Ah, somebody disliked it. Had their device upside down. That's funny. So when they fire it, so if they purchase it, that's awesome, and then we will just fire it back like that. I committed this and I am publishing it, so if you'd like to edit the game and try it out for yourself, feel free. Let's see once again. If we... Actually, I have to make a new pet. We're going to have to rename Blobby. We're going to rename him Blobby1. Great programmer creativity right there with my naming, Blobby1. Amazing, right? Purchase and it says equip. Fantastic, my friends. We can change it back to Blobby now. Eek. Yeah, you know what? No, that's okay. We'll leave him at Blobby. Now we need to make it so we can actually equip the pet. So let's make an equip event. equip pet, and then we'll do this in the pet handler. We will say, instead of purchase pet, we'll do another one down here. We'll say, we actually have to get a reference to it. So local equip pet event. It will equip, yes it will. Equals replicated storage dot equip pet. I think we should name it event actually. Programmer creativity. Yeah, that's more programmer creativity. Just called a bunch of random characters. You're right. So we'll say equip pet event. Equip pet event dot on server event. Connect to a function, and we will get the player and the pet name. And what I'm gonna do is do that same thing we did before, where we actually need to get the pets and all that. And we're gonna say just like this. And we're gonna say, yeah, that's one of the bots I made. Am I getting paid to do this? No, I'm doing this to help you guys out. I love to code, and I figure if I can just stream and do my thing at the same time, I might as well, right? I probably would have made Pizza Simulator anyway, so I might as well stream, right? Okay, so we have the pets, we have the table, and now we just need to say if current pets pet name. We just need to check to make sure they own it, just in case exploiters that are firing remote events and all that. Then we will print equipping pet from server. You're getting confused? Okay, so Viking, so all this does right here is, so whenever the equip pet event is fired, right, whenever we fire that event from the local script, we connect it to a function, and we get the pet name, and we have the player, and so we're basically, all this is doing right here, this is getting a table with all the pets that they previously owned. So when we say that get async, it returns a table that looks like this. So it would say, if we own Blobby, it would say we own Blobby, and maybe we own Blobby 2 as well. All that. Like, that's what this is doing basically. And now we're just checking to make sure that they own the pet, and if they do, now we're actually going to equip it. So I hope I was able to clear that up a little bit. The pet loading section, oh yeah, it's a little bit confusing, but I do have the game published, so you can check it out if you'd like. Equip pet, and then we need to fire that server event, don't we? We do. Game.replicatedStorage.equip pet event :fire server, and we just need to get the pet name. Pass that in. We can actually delete that print right there. Not necessary right now. Let's see. Equip. Ah, that's no good. That's not working. For some reason. Why is that not working? Ah, 3 dislikes. That's no good. That's okay. I'm helping out. You guys are good fans, so I'm just helping out as much as I can. And we have more likes than dislikes, so that's okay. So let's see. So equipping pet from server. Let's see. Equip pet event. Connecting that to a function. I might just have to take this out. Take out the exploit prevention type thing. Wyatt B, biggest fan. Try that out again. Let's see. Yay, equipping pet from server. Alright, that's awesome. So now we can actually equip the pet. We can run the code that'll do that, which is awesome. Yo, my friends. We're at 162 subscribers. That is crazy. Thank you so much to anyone who has subscribed. That's insane. Very cool. You know, the more people are subscribed, the more people we can reach, and the more people we can help learn to script. So every subscriber counts. So I really do appreciate it if you have subscribed to our channel. Oh, I'm at 161. Did I get fooled? You know what? 161. That's still amazing. So, oh no, I'm the 163. Jeez, this is insane, my friends. This is great. All right. So now we can equip it from the server. So now we actually have to animate it. We have to make the pet come up to us. So what we're gonna do? Hey Gage, how are you? Refresh it. 163. Awesome. All right. Let's see. If let's set this visible to false. So now what we need is to actually make this pet follow us around. So what we're gonna do is create, I think we want to create, let me just look it up real quick. I saw a video on how to do this before. Roblox, how to make a pet system. And I think we're just gonna use values. So we're gonna use body velocity and body gyros to actually control how the pet behaves type thing. Let's see. So how are these guys doing it on the dev forum? I can actually pull my tab over here so you guys can see. So tween service. No, I don't want to tween it. I want to use. We want to do a pet system. Let's check out this video. Let's see how that looks. If we scroll in just a little bit, it's gonna do that, but when he scripts it, how's it? Okay, so he has body position, and then he has max force, and he has body gyro, and then so he says, okay, so we just use position and C-frame. Alright, that actually works awesome. So what we will do is, oh dang, I exited out of Chrome, so I cannot see anymore. That's not fun. Alright, I have to go back to my YouTube Live dashboard. Alright, let's head back here. Yeah, I'm going to finish up this pet system and then I'm going to end up the stream. Which will be a little while, but I want to finish this up. Alright, there we go. My dashboard's back. So if current coin, so we want to equip the pet and we will be using body gyros and body velocities. So we will say local body velocity equals instance.new body velocity. Create a new one of those. And then we'll say body velocity.parent equals, or actually we have to clone the pet first. Local pet clone equals pet folder, pet name, clone, pet clone dot parent equals player dot character. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, anybody who can help, if you can make scripting tutorials, go for it, you know? It's a very nice way to get engaged with the community. So we'll set the parent to the player.character, body velocity.parent equals pet clone dot, actually we'll say primary part. We do want to have a primary part on these pets. And we're just going to weld these together, to be honest, if we're having multiple parts. Can I explain what body gyro and body velocity? Basically all it does is it's a new object, so if I was to create a body velocity in here, all we do is if we set this to 2, it means it's going to be, I think it's 2 studs per second or something like that. It's like a regular velocity. It'll just move the pet over. Body gyro does the same thing, but it just does rotation instead of velocity. So we have that, body velocity parent equals pet clone dot primary part. Primary part is already set, which is awesome. And then we're just gonna say body velocity dot max force equals, well, we're using this for the pet system, so it's not 100% useless. Math.huge, math.huge, math.huge. There is a use for it. And then we can say local body gyro. Oops, I gotta scroll down. There we go. Equals instance.new body gyro. Then we'll create that under the pet clone dot primary part once again. and we'll say body gyro. Actually, we can just say this. In the instance.new, we can set the parent. We don't even have to do it like that. That works. And then we're just gonna say, we'll do the same thing. Is a body gyro, does that have a max force? Is that a thing for a body gyro? It's max torque. Max torque equals vector 3, because it is 3 values. I'll say math.huge, math.huge, math.huge. Let me just publish this because I do want to save once again, just in case like my computer shuts off or anything weird happens like that, or Studio crashes. So we have it published. Max torque equals that, and then what we're gonna say is, so body velocity dot position. Does that work? Right. Body velocity dot. How did... I have to go back to that guy's video. It doesn't seem right the way he did it, but I know it is right because it did work. Let me watch that again. Let me watch a portion of that. How does he do that? So he says body... Oh, we're not using a body velocity, we're using a body position. My mistake. Body position, so we're going to create new body position. We say body position dot max force. Alright, and then we're going to say, I'm just doing it the same way he does it, body position dot position equals, we're just going to say player dot character dot humanoid root part dot position plus vector 3 dot new, and he just did it like this. I don't know how those numbers work out, but they should be fine. And then we'll say the same thing with the body gyro, but we'll just do the C-frame equals player dot character dot humanoid root part dot C-frame, and that'll take care of our orientation related aspects. It should work, hopefully. Math.huge, I think it gives an infinitely large number, so just like big number type thing. That makes sense. Let's create a new, let's make this pet frame visible. Let's check that out and see if this works. When we equip it, pet should... Okay, so what should happen is we should get a pet underneath our character, which did happen. And then the primary part should have... Oh, I actually have to get rid of those other values because I was playing around with it, trying to test and see. Because that's to create those other ones. Let's see once again. Equip. I don't think there's anything there. But the question is why? And let's see. So the body gyro. Yeah, math.huge is infinite. Oh yeah, for sure. I would never make it. I mean, if it's on stream, I might as well make it uncopy locked. You sent me the pet. Awesome. Hey, how are you, die boy? Body position. So if I move, that body position should change, right? I think in his video he actually, yeah, he has it in a while wait. He says this. I think he has this in here. He has while wait do. And he ends it off at the bottom. So this is like happening like it very, very quickly. Let's see. If we equip it... Oh, again, the pet's not coming up. But where is it? That's the question. Where is Blobby? He's over there. He's not. Watch this. Ready? Wait, did that fix it? He has to be unanchored. I know that. That's one of the problems. Because we have him anchored for the actual, like, the piece of displaying him, but we should unanchor him. Is this the first time something broke on you like that? What broke? I'm not 100% sure. I get errors all the time if that's what you're talking about. Pronounce this dinosaur name. I have no clue how to say that. How many years of experience? Yeah, here we can take a break from coding for just a second and I can explain my whole thing. I've done this a few times, but that's okay. I'd be happy to explain it again. I started coding, I started programming when I was 8 years old. I made my first app on the Apple App Store. I'm 14 years old right now, so I guess that'd be 6 years under my belt. I got into Roblox in 2016, and I began scripting and building and doing development in 2017. And it took me a lot of time to get used to Roblox scripting because it's a little different from some other languages, and I never really had done 3D game development before. But I think probably after 2 years of doing it, right? So last year in 2019, I got really good at it, and ever since, I mean, I've pretty much been scripting every single day. So that's a little bit about me. And if you'd like to read more about me in our RoScripter group, that's linked in the description. In the description of that, I do have a link to my portfolio on the dev forum, and that just talks a little bit more about me. But here we can go back into coding. You're making the game right now. It's hard. Yeah, it can be a little difficult sometimes, but that's okay. You just got to stick with it. Take breaks, frequent breaks, you know. Let's see. So what was happening? We need to unanchor it. That was the problem that I saw anyway right now. So now we just need to say local pet clone children equals pet clone get children. And then we're going to say for each child, for I equals 1 common number of children, do local child equals pet clone children I, and then in here all we're doing is we're just trying to unanchor these parts. I know that's what you said, I should use IV in pairs, but I don't. I will. I'm going to learn that right after this stream. I'm going to learn how to do that. I promise. Just for you. Now we have to say if it's a base part, excuse me. We're going to say if child is a base part. How do I know how to do all these scripts? Well, I mean, it just takes a lot of practice, to be honest. When you're coding for 7 hours a day or 5 hours a day every single day, you just get used to it and it kind of just gets ingrained in your head. So, you know, you'll get used to it after a while. Just watch videos and stick with it, you know. That's all I can say is take breaks and, you know, take time off, but, you know, just stick with it and keep trying because you'll get used to it and there'll be a point where you don't get confused, you know. So let's see this once again. So it should have unanchored that. Yay! Did you see that? My friends! Oh my gosh, I get so excited over the smallest things. But did you see that? We have a pet. I mean, the pet's UI in the way, but there he is! Yay! This is awesome. This is really cool. He is rotated, but we are going to fix that. I promise. Blobby made it. That's right. Blobby made it to us. Congratulations. And I would like to say, for kind of giving us those few lines of code, Gamer MB on YouTube. He made the video where I got some of the code from. So thank you, Gamer MB. Doubt you're watching this, but still, you gotta say that. The game is uploaded. It is in the description of the video. I am going to publish it right now, and you can go on Copylocked, and you can check it out if you'd like to, or change it, or do whatever you'd like. So okay, so we have our pet. That's awesome, but we need to rotate it. And the way I'm going to do that is just multiply by cframe.angles 0 math.rad radians 90 0. Yeah, feel free, go live. How's the game in play? Well, the game's not finished yet, but we're still working on it. Oh, wait, it's the wrong direction. Okay, so now he's backwards. We don't want that. So what's 90 plus 180? I should know this, shouldn't I? Yeah, 270. All right. Let's do that. We'll try that out again. I did not check out the pet yet. I'm going to check it out after stream so I can insert it for next time I stream. Would that rotate it upwards? No, because we're rotating it on the y-axis, which is side to side. Or, yeah, I know it's like the y-axis, so like think of like if you just have a beam going through the air, right? That's on the y-axis. When you rotate on the y-axis, you rotate horizontally to that beam. So no, it wouldn't rotate. And there we go. Look at that, guys. We have a pet that follows us. Let me get this UI out of the way. I'll just disable the UI. But there we go. He's a little close. I don't know. Is that too close, or should we? Actually, maybe it's because he should be smaller. Blobby should be a lot smaller than this. Way too big right now. Let's see. Sorry, Blobby. I'm gonna have to desize you. Ah. Okay. I'm sorry. Let's size him down. I feel bad shrinking him, but it's just what has to happen, you know? Just what we gotta do. Yeah, rip the viewport, that's right. Our viewport frame is, like, horrible. Alright, bye, Gage. I'll see you later. Blobby did lose some weight. Yep, that viewport frame is dead. Huh. How could we fix that viewport frame? We could move him like this and like that. Like, I know it seems kind of sneaky, but we could. I'll make Wyatt pet the right size. Oh, perfect. Thank you. We need to move him down again. Move him forward a little more. Just make sure it comes up right each time. Okay, so it looks like he needs to go to the right a little, and then we'll pull him back. I can't see this live, unfortunately, so I always have to go into the game and test it. Move him over a little bit again. We're just trying to fix this in the viewport. If you're new here, we're doing a pet system, and right now I'm just trying to fix Blobby on the viewport. Can you shut down all the servers? You can go into, what's it called? You can go into Studio, and you can do it there if you'd like to. Because it's uncopy locked. Nope, too far over that way. You bought way too many pets. I guess we have to move over just a little bit more. I might just have to wind up messing with the camera. Oh, we're so close, guys. Blobby is almost there to be properly displayed in the viewport frame. And once he is, we'll be very happy because our pet system is officially finished. Oh, I'm like so bad at these. I'm moving this guy over. Sorry, Blobby. You must be getting dizzy because I'm moving you over so much. Alright, okay. We are so close, my friends. Move it up a little more. Let's see. Oh, see, it's okay. It's not optimal. Move over a little bit more. I do, yeah, I do have the egg system, but for now I'm just going to leave it like this. We can work on an egg system for a more advanced type thing. But for now I want to do it just like this because it's easier. And I want to move on to something else too. Yeah, so it looks like that works out pretty well. We'll continue with the pet system a little bit more next stream, but I think I'm going to end it here for tonight, and I'm going to go have dinner and do some other things, which is pretty awesome. So I'll see you guys later. If you have any final questions, please let me know. Egg system's easy? Yeah, maybe we'll do the egg system. See you, Harry. Antimus, the developer. The next stream will probably be sometime Monday. I don't know about tomorrow because tomorrow's Mother's Day, but definitely Monday I'll have a stream. Sometime by Monday. But I don't have a time. Are there any other questions or suggestions or comments or anything? I will check my Discord DMs right after this for anybody who sent me anything. I'll publish this game, just final it off. And I guess that's it. So I hope you all learned something new today about scripting on Roblox. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message on Discord. The game is uncopy locked, and you can use all of the assets that are in the game for whatever use you want. Game Pass sales. If you just want to take one thing from it, that's fine. Yeah, and I guess I'll see you guys later.